Hello, hello. I am Kaci Brown, and I am thrilled to welcome you to the Amplify My Impact podcast. After years of consulting and managing programs for some of the top entrepreneurs, CEOs, and marketers in the industry, I am on a mission to expand our contribution, to grow, scale, and create more so we can do and give more. This podcast celebrates entrepreneurs who are boldly stepping up to own their calling, expand their influence, and stretch outside their comfort zone, who've decided to stop playing it small, pick up the mantle of contribution, and serve at a higher level to lead by example and light the way for others. If that's you, then get ready to amplify. There's a fire that burns inside your soul, and we're going to ignite it into a roaring blaze of unstoppable momentum. Hey guys, Kaci Brown here, and I am super excited because I got my girl, Christa Nichols, with me today, and we are going to be jamming out for the next little bit all about premium offers, our journey to loving them, hating them, embracing them, and all of the struggles in between. And I'm really, really excited because I've known Christa for years. I've watched her journey as she really stepped in and owned. Chris, I'm just going to love on you for a second here. Like you totally like stepped in and owned your superpower, right? And I think a lot of people take their superpowers for granted because it comes so easy and so naturally. And I literally just got off a call with someone where they were like, but it just doesn't seem special to me, right? So I'm super excited to have this discussion, and also like the taboo labeling of high ticket versus premium offers. So are you ready? You ready?
Yeah.
Awesome. All right. Can you go ahead and introduce yourself and share a little bit about you?
Sure.
Because I know you, I love you, I adore you. I love your farm of animals and all of their unique personalities, but I want to make sure everyone watching and following along here, and in case you're watching us catching a live, please help us with hashtag live, hashtag replay, all of that good stuff to get the Facebook algorithm on our side. But yeah, okay, I'm going to be quiet now and I'm going to let you go, Christa.
No problem. So my name's Christa, obviously, and I am an Iowa farm wife with 2 teenagers. We homeschool our kids. And yeah, we actually do live in the middle of cornfields with the barn, the goats, the potbelly pigs, the whole 9 yards. And we've always lived here. We don't have any plans to move away from Iowa. And I've always kind of done my own thing. So early on, right after graduating from college, I knew that we really wanted to start a family. And so I started working in a home office with another mom. I wasn't a mom yet, but she was a mom. And that was my first exposure to being able to build a business that works for you. And over the years, I've just continued to kind of grow and change. And, you get to these realizations that, okay, I've built this kind of a business. That's awesome. What else can I do? Like, what's the next step? Am I capable of more than I think I am? And, that farm girl mentality served me really well up until I realized that I was using it as an excuse to not step out, well, I'm just a farm girl. Why would anybody want to listen to me? I just live in Iowa. I don't work out of a high rise. Why would anybody want to listen to me? Really, I was the only one who was stopping my voice. And so in the last 4 years, I guess I've just kind of amped up the volume a little bit, taken something I've always enjoyed doing and turned it into a revenue generating machine. And now I use it to help people serve people and generate income and grow their businesses. And I'm a high ticket sales copywriter. Oh, I just said high ticket. I'm a premium I'm a premium sales copywriter. But I write sales campaigns for people who market their sales and or services and products through digital marketing. So funnels, emails, ads, and we kill it every day.
Yeah, you absolutely do kill it. I have to give you a shout out because when we started running ads for our stuff, I was like, Christa! And it's funny that you say, and I think I love this about your story so much because I'm a small town girl too. So like all of those conversations that you had internally, I had. And so like I'm literally, I bet we could write each other's like internal dialogue where it's like,
Mhm.
you know, who are you to say this? You've only done X, Y, and Z, right? And then on top of it, I have a Southern accent. So I like to add, you know, like, well, why should I listen to you? Like all of that type of stuff, you know, and everything. And I love when you said like I was the only one limiting my voice. Oh, that hits hard. And I know in talking to you about what we were creating, like with the impact and influence, first the challenge and then the live event, and we were going back and forth talking about like who this is for. And like you were like, I was that person a few years ago, you know, and I think that's the biggest thing that people I'd love for people to realize is that we're not knocking high ticket. Christa is an incredible high ticket sales conversion copywriter. I'm I'm coming at it from premium offer in the fact that we are impact driven entrepreneurs and Christa is an impact driven entrepreneur, and she will bend over backwards to make sure the messaging, alignment, and the product and service and delivery is all there. Right. And there's a stigma that I feel a lot of people have around high ticket, where it's just charge as much money as
Yeah.
possible for the least amount of effort. And I really don't care if you get results or not. Right. And
Mhm.
that's not Christa. That's not a lot of people in the industry. But unfortunately, like there's some rotten apples that ruin the bunch. Can you share and talk about how that voice started, you know, to find its place and you found your confidence and then you started like, can you walk people through sort of like realizing, you know, in the challenge, we talk about that lightning in the bottle moment where it's like, this is what I do. And this is my superpower.
Yeah. So I joined a mastermind when we really couldn't afford it and got surrounded with entrepreneurial minded people. And that was huge for me. But at the time, I didn't really know what I wanted to do with it. I just knew I had to do something. My husband had just had 2 shoulder surgeries. He couldn't go back to his career in construction. My business was the sole source of income for our family. And I got a phone call one day and um, long story short, 80% of our contracts were in jeopardy, 80%. And so I joined a mastermind because that made so much sense at the time. I joined a mastermind to learn how to promote the business that I had on social media. I ended up falling in love with digital marketing and paid traffic. And I burned myself out pretty bad in the first 6 months, taking on clients of all kinds. I realized that I had a choice. I didn't have to continue running this dead business into the ground. I could serve other people's businesses. And I liked that idea. I just had no idea how I wanted to do that. So basically, I just did everything and I burned myself out really bad. I ended up sobbing on the floor of my bedroom. My husband comes in and he's like, "Oh my gosh, who died?" You know? And but he picked me up and he's like, "Listen, we got to figure this out. You can't keep going like this. Whatever we've got to do, you know, however we got to play this, you have something here. And like you said, there's lightning in the bottle and in here, and we're going to figure it out. But you can't keep doing it like this." And so it was like the permission that I needed to just stop and look at what I was doing and decide, you know, this is why I do it. So I can build something I love and I don't love it. And so I fired all my I pretty much like didn't renew contracts, let go of all of my clients, and I took a position in an agency writing ad copy because I submitted a sample of work to this agency owner and they were like, "Yeah, let's do it." You know, I did not really know anything. I really didn't. I just knew how to write words that caught people's attention. But doing it inside an agency that pushes, you know, thousands and thousands of dollars a day in budget and was just so eye-opening. And I loved it. I just nerded out over it. And I think that was it for me. Like realizing that I didn't have to provide services that I didn't love. that I could do services that I did love and make a good living at it more than I ever thought was possible for a little farm girl. And it just kind of went from there. I started taking on clients on the side and eventually had to choose between continuing to help grow the agency. I was running ads for them too, or stepping into my own business. That's when I met Kaci. I was just stepping out of the agency and into coaching program where Kaci was my coach and building my own. That was just 2 years ago. In the first year, I generated $250,000 in revenue. And so it can happen really fast, you guys. If you plug into the right places and don't give up, it can happen really fast.
I love that. I love that so much. And I love the story that like you essentially you have that aha moment and you give yourself permission that you don't have to be everything to everybody. And Jorge, God bless him, like had been trying to tell me that all last year, right? Because I think that is a skill set that we learn as entrepreneurs, where we see the problems and we can fill the gaps, and we feel like because we can see and feel them, it's our responsibility to solve everybody's problem. And that can be really, really hard to choose to step away from. But what you're choosing is that simplification and that streamline, and to focus on that area that lights you up, but it also it allows you to create that system to get consistent results, right? And that's what we're all after, right? We don't want to just have fun and enjoy what we do and like get paid to do it. Like we want results for our clients. And so when we were putting together the challenge, we were looking at one of the teachings that we share is like, identify the big problem and fill the gap. But before you choose which one, like put it through this filter system, because I felt like so many people were seeing like we joke about shiny object syndromes with like courses and things like that. But like with entrepreneurs, we can do the same thing with the problems that we're trying to solve. It's like, oh, I can help you here. I can help you here. And I can help you here.
Yeah.
And I got caught up in that same problem, right? When you shared about, especially in 2CCX, like I had a roster of 100 students, like e-com, coaching, agency, like in 20-minute calls. Like, and so when you're talking to hundreds of business a month for short amount of time, like you learn to get really good about solving all of these things and like bringing this strategy and this particular person should do and this person over here is stronger on Instagram, so their strategy changes. So like it was easy to fall into this thing where it's like I need to solve all the problems, and then burnout. Hello, burnout city. Yeah,
for sure. Yeah. Shiny object was never courses and programs for me. It was always clients for me. Like, well, yeah, I'll do that. Oh, yeah, I'll do that too. Oh, look, that one over there. Yes. And it came at the expense of my own ability to grow my business, but not only that, but to serve the people who needed to know what I know. So I can totally relate to that.
Awesome. Okay, Christa. So I don't want to keep you too long because I know you're crazy busy and we're all preparing for the live event that's coming up. So we launched the challenge. We're literally in the second week of the challenge this week. It's a free challenge that goes into a 2-day live implementation event. So we are helping everybody break through all of these things that Christa and I have been sharing, and simplifying to streamline their business with a core premium offer, right? And that's if you're uncomfortable with the term high ticket or premium or whatever, you're probably looking at building an offer that's anywhere from $2,000 to $5,000. Ideally, when you start getting into the $10,000 to $20,000 offers, that's where we start to thrive. That's where we really can dig in deep with our clients and get them the results and the cash flow that they're looking for. And it becomes this partnership relationship. And for me, and I know with you, as you're not churning clients, right? You're working with clients like years.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And I think for me, that's what I realized early on with my agency too. Like, I just didn't want to work with a client for 6 months, right? You've got a lot of time and research and investment. And let's all be honest. Some launches don't always work the first time, and they do need to take some tweaking and polishing, right? And a lot of people don't realize that each integration of failure gets them closer to that breakthrough to success.
Yeah, it's data.
Yeah. Oh, data. Oh, I love it. I love it. Well, that's some of the stuff you're going to be talking to us about at the live event, right?
Right. Yes. Yep. We're going to dive into the good stuff behind your messaging and how you present your offer. And there's certain patterns and certain frameworks that are repeatable and proven over and over and over again. And I'm going to show you one that can be so helpful when you create that funnel, how to sort your information, how to say it in a way that reveals the exact thing they need to know before they whip out their, credit card and give you the money, but like, so that they know that this is the solution. It's very hard to do it for yourself. So we're going to link arms and work on that together.
Yeah, I am so super excited about this. Everybody keeps asking me, like, why in the heck did you guys do like 2 full days for $97?
Yeah.
And I think for us, it's, we are proving this concept like for ourselves, right? And the environment that we're creating to hold that space for people. But I think the real value is going to come when everything is put together and they realize that those 5 and 6 figure months, like I remember when I had my aha moment where I could make more than $100,000 in a whole year. Like,
yep.
That was huge for me because like I went to school, I graduated, I got an MBA, and the average starting salary was $36,000.
Yeah.
So the fact that you could make $36,000 in a month
yeah,
took me a long time to like, no, like, yeah. And I mean, to be able to reverse engineer that number, even if you have a $3,000 offer and you work with 10 clients that you love, I'll take that every day of the week. Besides, what I used to do in corporate and punch a time clock, or like what you said, running here and putting out this fire, and for one client where you realize you've increased your workload to like 80 hours a week. Yeah. And then it's like, what about my business?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That we get in that loop as service oriented and givers and all of that. But this event, like we wanted like super low, no brainer barrier to entry, because I know a lot of people, they're working hard for their clients and they're looking at not only the money investment, but the time investment. It is 2 full days, like literally like 12 p.m. to 8 p.m. Eastern. Like, and when Christa said, like, we're going through, like, you're showing up, we're going through, we're asking you questions, we're workshopping it, we're doing hot seats, we're doing all of that type of stuff. So like for us is like, just show up right. And watch the changes happen in your business, because the cash flow is there for the taking. And real quick, before we wrap up, I know a lot of people were struggling through 2020. And I think it's really, really important that, can you just share a little bit about how your business, how it shifted, how it was affected with 2020? Because I think a lot of people, they get that knee-jerk reaction out of fear, and they think this will not work in this economy.
Oh, okay. Sure. Yes. So 2020 hit. Everybody had to go home. The offices shut down, businesses shut down, buildings shut down. My life did not change. Like, I had no fear for our business because I've never depended on a location. I've never depended on another person or entity to write my paycheck. I had an increase in business. Probably my highest months ever were in the first few months of of the pandemic, and I've scaled back since on service to build on my offers. But yeah, so anytime you can operate in that thing, the thing that you excel at, there's a market for it. People are still buying because they still want to grow their businesses. They still need support. They need innovative new ideas because they know things don't quite work. They're never really going to go all the way back to the way that they were before. So why should we go back to trying to do things the same way that we've always tried to do them? There's never been a better time to bring a business online or to go into having more control over your own income and your own time. I can't imagine. I would not be a very good employee. I mean, I would be a great employee, but inside I would die, I think, because the freedom is gone. The choice is gone. Yeah. So anytime you can build something that's yours that no one can take from you is a good time.
Yeah, and I think the beauty of it is too with this premium model is that I think for those of us who do know how to step in and solve the problem for these businesses, like for you as a high conversion sales copywriter, like they need their funnel to work, right? So if you just gave them a $200 solution that gave them a checklist and said, good luck, they could be out 6 to 8 months and who knows how much in ad spend before they realize what you could have told them in an hour.
Right. Yeah.
And so I think that's what we've been covering in the challenge. And that's what we've been talking about is like the value that we can create and shortcut for our clients, because I've seen a lot of businesses struggle with offering different things, different programs, start, stop, or, oh my gosh, if you get into that valley of despair and you don't have anybody, like you said, to link arms and get you going through, like I have friends and I love them so much, but like, it's been 2 years and they haven't launched anything. They're still talking about the same thing that they want to create and the impact that they want to make, but it's just sitting there like between the pages of a notebook or on a whiteboard. Right. And they have so much, like one of my coaches said the other day, he said, the worst thing you could ever tell me is how much potential I have.
Interesting.
And that hurts. And so that's why we're trying to get out here with this message of premium offers, where it's like, it's not that there isn't a place for lead funnels, for the SLO funnels, and for everything else, but at your core competency, like the results that you have within your power to create for your clients, if you do not have a premium offer in your arsenal that someone comes with you and is like, I need this, can you help me deliver this? And typically it could be a week or it could be 30 to 90 days. But like, if you have that within your power where they're like, I will pay you 10 grand today to make this happen.
Why wouldn't you?
Yeah. Yeah. So, okay, girl, I will let you get back. For those of you who have joined us and watched, definitely hop in to the challenge. It's wrapping up. We're going to do one more integration before the live event, but the live event is January 29th and 30th. It is a whopping $97 to join us. I probably shouldn't have said that because now I'm going to have to edit that out for any future for any future marketing that we do. Yeah, because most of the time they're like, don't say the price because it needs to be raised. But anyways, Chris,
I'm seeing an emoji sticker over your
yeah, it's
and your voice
be
dubbed in little auto tune.
So Chris is going to be there. We have incredible other speakers. We have Shannon, we have Dawn, we have Virginia that's going to be joining us. Of course, Jorge is going to be there, and we're going to be sharing more information. You're going to be seeing their speaker profiles roll out. We're only limiting to a certain number of people because I really like knowing people's names and their businesses and being able to have that interaction. And for 8 hours, like, we're going to know a lot about each other and our businesses. So I'm really, really excited about that. Okay, my love, thank you so much for
No
spending
problem.
some time with
Anytime.
me. Do you have any final thoughts or, where can we help and support you? Because you have your own, okay. So you guys, Chris is so totally modest. Not only does she write incredible copy, but she's teaching other people to do it. Right. And those are the frameworks that you're bringing to the 2-day live event, right? Is like,
Right.
this has worked over and over and over and over for your clients. Now you're creating a whole program where you're helping other people do that.
Yeah, I have a platform to train sales copywriters because my business grew so quickly and I couldn't find writers to hire. So I was like, let's train an army. Yeah. So I do have a challenge going on. It's free 5-day challenge to help you whip that sales page into shape to get higher conversions. And it starts Monday. I'm super excited about it because I know how much change it's going to bring for people.
Yeah. I love you, girl. I'm so glad we're on this journey together. Thank you for all that you do. Thank you for being a part of this event with us.
Oh, I'm excited.
And just thank you for being who you are. Like, you're amazing. So, all right, you guys.
I gotcha.
Yeah. I'll take it. I'll take it all day long. If you want to spend more time with Christa and how cool she is, like, I mean, I'm telling you, how many goats do you have now?
There are 3 and 2 large potbelly pigs.
Okay. She's a cool chick. Like, you have no idea. You definitely want to make sure you join us for the live event, the 2-day live event. And that is, let me see if I can get this domain right. impactandinfluence.live. And I'll put it in the chat here. We're going to have a blast. And I cannot wait. So Christa, thank you. We love you. We'll see you soon. And I think you're hanging out with us tomorrow too, right?
I will be there.
Woo! Yeah, you guys are going to get sick of seeing us because this is, we are in launch mode. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Love you guys. Have a great afternoon. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks so much for spending time with me today. I hope you've received value, encouragement, and exactly what you need to help keep you in momentum to grow and impact the world around you. Big or small, we all make a difference. Thanks also for subscribing, downloading, and leaving a review. This helps us reach others who need this message in their life. If you know anyone who would benefit from this podcast, please share so you and I can help more people boldly step into purpose. It is my heart's mission to help and encourage others. My internal belief that a rising tide lifts all ships. So much of what we talk about on the podcast is leading with value and building relationships through service. So we've created a collection of resources for you to continue growing, whether you are just getting started or ready to scale your business. Visit amplifymyimpact.com for show notes, downloads, programs, and more information about how to directly work with our team to amplify your impact and change the world.